We've got the Botanical Garden of the Ozarks on the show.
Don't we also have the hive?
What a fresh show.
Ah, the bees are buzzing.
Dance like the moves that you're doing on purpose. Sing like a singing on key. Talk to the girl that intimidates you. Pretend that you're brilliant and charming. I said pretend that you're brilliant and charming. Hey! Oh man, if autumn came and told me, son.
Yes, that's it. Welcome into your Saturday night. Later with Jason Suel, so glad you're tuned in.
Another Saturday night.
It's another Saturday night, you know, and like summer is in full swing at this
Saturday
point.
nights are just lovely to be inside in a TV studio. Like, what are you doing on the Saturday night, people?
Probably having more fun than us, I can tell you that.
Do you ever get those screenshots of like your friends that are out having a great time on another Saturday night? And they go, look, here, we're watching you.
Yes.
And it makes me feel like I'm a part of it.
It does make me feel like I'm a part of everybody's Saturday night here in Northwest Arkansas. Bo, I gotta ask you, it is the summertime. You mentioned this recently, all the different things that we have going on in Northwest Arkansas.
So many things.
One of those things, though, is to head to you at Pinpoint, and I've got a question about
Yes.
cocktails that you put together there.
Yes.
What's the secret to a great summertime, like hot weather?
So the thing
cocktail?
with warm weather, summertime cocktails, if you're thinking about having a barbecue or friends over, the crushable cocktails, you know,
Where you can just crush it and
just
have one after the other.
one after another, but lower ABV, you know. And this is something a philosophy that a lot of people need to really think about when drinking. It's not about drinking to get drunk or how much booze is in a glass. It's like, make something that tastes good. Make something that you want a second or third of,
Right.
and can actually have a second or third of. So use your spirits as something to add flavor instead of just adding flavors to cover up the flavor of your spirits.
You know, that's a good point, because I think a lot of times for me too, especially, I look at the alcohol content and I'm like, oh man, this has got more than 40%. It's gonna be good.
No.
But then all I need is one, and I'm like, I need to go lay down.
And that can, depending on your tolerance, that can be bad. So like, use your spirits, drink to taste. Don't drink to, you know,
Yeah.
alter.
Alter your perception of reality.
Yeah, and be careful at the hydrate. It's hot outside. It's patio weather.
Yes.
Be responsible.
You heard it here from the man himself, Bo Couch, and you can pay him a visit at Pinpoint in Fayetteville. The bar is popping off. You got a cocktail lounge. You've got the pinball machines. You got everything.
We got a
happening there.
patio. A lot of people don't realize we are a basement bar with a patio. Weird.
And we're not just here to plug Bo's Bar.
Are
No,
we not?
we've got a great episode lined up for you. We're joined by John Barry tonight from the Botanical Garden of the Ozarks. He's going to sit down here with us, talk about all the programming coming up at the Botanical Gardens. And down there at our chef's table, we've got Chef Micah from the Hive at 21C. Chef, what are you going to make for us at the chef's table?
Hey, we're gonna do a little bit of a blanched asparagus with some knock chom and some Fresno chilies.
Ooh,
That sounds not chamalicious.
it is perfect for the summertime. And then our musical guest, music video provided to us by Fayetteville Public Television. We've got the Cole Birmingham Band joining us once again on the show. That's all wrapped up in the episode tonight. I can't wait for it. Stick around. All that fun's happening later. Welcome back, everybody. We've got John Barry from the Botanical Garden of the Ozarks joining us. Thanks for being here, John.
You bet. It's great to be with you.
Yeah, great to see you. The garden is beautiful, absolutely stunning, and I know everything blooms during the spring, but we get to experience out there in full bloom all summer long. Why is right now a great place to come out and see you at the garden?
Well, we have a new director of horticulture that has just really added all kinds of elements to it, but it's also butterfly season.
Yes.
And our horticulture team, we have Arkansas's only butterfly house, native butterfly house, but our horticulture team does such a great job of planting milkweed and different things throughout the garden that I say you can see as many butterflies in the garden as in the house.
Absolutely. Bo, I know that you're a big Botanical Gardens fan. What do you love about it out there?
I mean, it's just such a great thing that we have in this town that you wouldn't expect. Right, it's over there in the a part of town that not a lot of people go to. You can ride past it on your bikes. It's great for events. You got Firefly Festival that happens every now and again. You got the chefs in the garden. You got all these. I mean, it's just a great place that makes you feel like you're not in the middle of a city.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic.
That's well put. You know, you feel like you're kind of transported to this magical place somewhere, right? And it's right there. It's connected to the trail that goes around the lake. Really beautiful spot. So I know you got a lot of upcoming program to talk about. Bo mentioned one of them, Firefly Fling's coming back this year. Can we talk about that, John?
Yeah, Firefly Fling is just, you know, it's funny. It's a children's event. But there's a lot of adults that come to Firefly
Sure.
Fling to see. And you know, last year we introduced laser lights. So our finales with lasers instead of doing pyrotechnics. So it's good for our neighbors, good for our neighbors' dogs, and
Yeah.
it's good for the environment. And we really like that. And people were just kind of amazed by that. So
Yeah, beautiful.
we're going to do that even more. Of course, the waterways will be there and the kids can make their little fairy houses.
Yeah.
But the pictures with the mermaids.
Oh,
that
that's
is-
what it's all about.
The lines for the mermaid pictures are just always amazing.
Yes, and it's a full day of activity out there. So even though obviously the laser show, it happens when it's dark enough for that to happen, right? But it's a full day of events.
Yeah, you know, and it's what's great for me is just seeing the families or the dads building a fairy house with
Yes.
their daughter. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, how do you put a price on that?
Yeah.
You can't. I mean, it's just like great.
You know what? That's a great segue because Priceless, can we talk about something that you are reintroducing this year? You've got terrific Tuesday nights happening all summer long. What is that initiative and why did you decide to bring it back again for another year?
Right. So we partner with the Walker Family Foundation to have that event, and we realized that not everybody can come to the garden from 9 to 5.
Right.
Right. So on Tuesday nights we're open from 5 to 8:30. People come out and picnic. They come out and enjoy special events. One of them that's coming up is Opera in the Ozarks.
Oh, yeah. Tell me more about that.
So last year they did Pinocchio, and I have heard, not confirmed,
Right,
that they're
okay.
going to do Cinderella this year.
Okay.
And what a great way to introduce children to something that's scary, right? Like,
Right.
oh, it's opera. I'm not
Yeah.
going to enjoy it, but they do a kids show.
Yes, opera can seem kind of maybe stuffy. People think you've got to be hoity-toity, I don't know, to go see the opera.
My
but
first
you
experience
don't.
into opera was actually Looney Tunes and Bugs Bunny. I mean, it can cross all demographics if you just give it a chance.
Yeah, absolutely. So doing those children's stories in the opera style, but also what a beautiful setting you have there at the Botanical Gardens.
Yeah, you know, it's just that perfect backdrop. I mean, people come out. We had people out this morning. They were just like walking the garden and wanting just to. And I'm like, so what brought you to the garden? Peace. I just feel at peace out here.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, how can you put that?
Yeah, that's amazing. Anything else upcoming that you have that people could come out and see you for?
Sure. We have yoga
Ooh.
on Saturday mornings from 9:30 to 10. People find it so enjoyable to be out on the lawn, in a private lawn,
Yeah.
doing yoga. Oh, and the price is free.
Yes, that's the best. That's the best selling point right there. Free price. You also have like camps coming up. I know you got camps that are happening right now and continue to happen for kiddos, but also you have educational opportunities for adults, John. So what's the best place maybe for folks to go to learn more about that?
Yeah, so if they'll go to the BG Ozarks page on the What's Happening and look, our classes are there, or different things. There's one that's called Summer Pruning that I'm looking forward to because I always thought you had to prune in the spring or the fall, right?
Sure.
And so I'm going to learn about summer pruning.
Yeah, I love it. You work there, but you're still learning while you're there.
Oh, yeah.
Another thing I think is worth mentioning is that there are some perks to becoming a member of the Botanical Garden of the Ozarks as opposed to just visiting. Maybe we could talk about that distinction.
Yeah, so if you're a member and you have a child, what a perfect way. We have Wednesdays, we have our Little Sprouts and Garden Buds program.
Yes.
It normally would cost you $15 to get in for your price and the child.
Yeah.
If you're a member, it's free.
Wow.
And that goes all summer long.
Yeah.
Every Wednesday we have something. And once again, right, we're sneaking learning in a fun way.
Yes.
You know, it may be dirt and it may be bugs and it may be things, but there's a lesson behind each one. And so that's free. Or a lot of our adult classes, if they're not a take and make, those classes are free.
Free for your members, yeah.
You know, we just had Chefs in the Garden.
Sure.
And the tickets were $90, but if you remember, they were only $75. So 2 tickets,
Yeah.
$30, you've almost paid for your family membership.
Discounted right there.
Yeah.
Like, that's absolutely amazing. Bo, I know we were just talking about mud and dirt, and that's our childhood, right?
Oh, I mean, it feels like it's a lost childhood. Do kids even play in mud and dirt anymore? Because, yeah, that's where I was raised.
I know, and a lot of kids, right, today, at least I know from my own, are kind of stuck on their phones or on a screen somewhere playing some kind of thing, but they can get out and enjoy Northwest Arkansas at the Gardens, right, John?
We have a mud kitchen.
What?
A mud kitchen. Pots, pans, dirt, water, sandbox. So, yeah, it's great. And, you know, the children's garden, us adults go to the children's garden too.
Of course, and I love, like, I think that's a common theme about what you said is like, this is for kids, but really, it's for the adults, for everybody, kids at heart as well, right?
Yeah. And, you know, speaking of garden, we have a vegetable garden.
Sure.
And it's a teaching garden, but, you know, we've already harvested 300 pounds of produce this year.
Wow.
And we'll give that through Seeds That Feed to our neighbors that are food insecure. So it's not a canned, you know, thing of green beans. You're getting fresh beans or peas or greens from the garden.
Absolutely. And the best place to find all of that information would be on your website, right? BG Ozarks?
Yes.
That's the place. Yeah. Go check it out. John, thanks so much for joining us, hanging
you
with us,
bet.
filling us in. I can't wait to get out there to the garden again this summer. What a beautiful place. I know, Bo, you're the same, right?
Absolutely, I'll be there.
Yes, that's right. Stick around, folks. We got more happening later.
Celebrating 10 seasons all year long on Later with Jason Suel.
Unexpect the expected. Sometimes that's the way it goes. Too busy searching my horizon just to miss the bumps in the road. Yeah, sometimes mistakes are what we call our misadventure. Each step we take is what we need to be contended. Every time I find the answer, life plays its tricks on me. Through the ups and the downs, I can always count on that situational irony. That situational irony. We were young and making trouble. Hearts were galvanized and gold. Not a thought of any future. Not a thought of getting old. Yeah, sometimes mistakes are the holes and the cracks that need our attention. Progress we make, it's a dissonance that feeds our tension. Yeah, every time I find the answer, life plays its tricks on me. Through the ups and the downs, I can always count on that situational irony. That situational irony. That situational irony. That situational irony. Now there was a time when my journey seemed to be set in stone. There were some days when stability was all I've known. But for what it's worth, unexpect the expected. Sometimes that's the way it goes. Yeah, every time I find the answer, life plays its tricks on me. Through the ups and the downs, I can always count on that situational irony. Yeah, and every time I find the answer, life plays its tricks on me. Through the ups and the downs, I can always count on that situational irony. Yeah, that situational irony. We got a situation. That situational irony. Whoa, yeah. That situational irony.
Yes, we're down here at the chef's table. Chef Micah from the Hive at 21C joining us, and man, you've got all the asparagus happening and the mise en
And the
place.
chef tongs.
Look
Chef
at those,
tongs, little Frankensteins.
little Frank. Look at those tweezers. What are we gonna do? What do we need to know before we plate this dish, Chef?
Well, pretty much what we're going to do today, we've got a little bit of blanched asparagus. We've got some nak cham, which is just a delicious little Vietnamese condiment.
Which one of these is the nak cham?
Right here, the nak cham. So basically, we're going to
As far
start
away from you as
yeah,
possible.
well, you know, trying to keep it neat and tidy.
Yes.
You know, I know it gets rowdy down here.
Nak cham.
Maybe hold off on drinking that for
Are
a
you
second.
sure?
Just a second. I mean,
Peanuts,
you know.
nak cham.
Yeah, go for it.
A peanut chaser? All right, I'll wait. I'll wait.
All right, so basically what we've got in here is water, sugar, some Fresno chilies, some
Which one
vinegar,
are the
and fish
Fresnos?
sauce. Right
These
here.
ones?
Yep, those are the Fresnos. They've been just sort of sliced and
Ooh,
macerated.
those are yummy.
Yeah, right. They're a little bit of heat, a little bit of sweet. We're gonna finish this with some lime juice.
Okay.
Just to kind of round it out, give it a bit more acid.
Yeah.
Lime is such an amazing citrus to have around. The acidity is so perfect. It's so balanced.
It's great in everything.
You can put it literally in anything.
Right? I mean,
And I think
tacos,
the fresh
Vietnamese.
lime too, adding the fresh lime juice, not just that squirt of that.
Oh, that's not even lime juice.
thing that
That's
looks
an
like a lime.
abomination.
Yeah, that stuff's miserable. It's garbage. It's terrible. It ruins days. you
Yes,
know?
it ruins days.
You're
ruins the whole
shaking your
day.
nak cham.
I'm just
so
gonna
that's,
shake this up.
That's Fresno's. Is it like a vinegar or oil? Like what's in it?
There's a little bit of rice wine vinegar, some water, some sugar, a little salt, some fish sauce to give it a little bit of funk.
Now,
Yeah.
what's this?
That is Marash chili flake. Even more. You're a spice guy.
He
Okay, I like
loves
it.
it.
I can dig it. I
Okay.
can dig it. All right.
Yum.
Yes, and I noticed too with these asparagus, like you've like peeled them.
Yep. So we like to, you know, there's a line where asparagus gets big enough that you really want to peel it, and it's a texture thing. It's also a visually just nice sort of presentation thing.
Sure.
But we like to kind of, you know, we're going to sear this asparagus just a little bit after we peel it. We blanch it in nicely salted water, and then we're going to take that and we're going to just, shock it, cool it just to set that color, and then we're going to sear it for pickup.
Yeah, light.
Clear. Bam, bam.
So we're going to go ahead and
Yeah.
transfer this over here. So basically,
Was that just enough heat to get them, kind of limpy?
well, we've already cooked, and limpy might not be the term I would want to shoot for,
That's
but
a
it's definitely
professional-
where we're at.
Maybe you didn't go to culinary school, but limpy
It's-
is
It's basically day 2 of culinary school.
Yeah,
you know?
yes,
So I
it's-
mean, if you want to be
See?
professional,
that is it's steamy and limpy.
Stevie and Limpy, and it's got a little marks on it as well, right? So it
just
looks fancy.
just a little bit of marks. The goal is whenever you're like blanching and shocking it, is you're cooking it through, you're tenderizing it,
Sure.
you're setting that color a little bit, and you're seasoning it as well because
Yeah.
You want to blanch in very
I
highly
think when
seasoned
people
water.
watch this show, they do those things. They are shocked and then they blanch. Wow.
Yeah.
I heard, yeah.
When they watch all the things that you put into
Yeah.
your mouth.
So
Yeah.
okay, now what do
What's
we do?
next? Yeah.
I mean, you haven't had a handful of salt yet. Just saying. I mean,
know,
you
I'm
you're
really
working your way through the
surprised.
mise en place.
Yeah,
There you
there
go.
it
I know
is.
what salt does.
All right. He's like, I know
So
what this does.
Do we do that?
Yeah, get it. All
Get
right.
it.
Bam.
So I might even
help.
give it just a little bit
more.
more fresh lime because
Lime makes everything better.
lime makes everything better. And once you learn to cook with acid,
Where's the nak cham? Is it nak cham?
Nok cham? Nouchcham, I believe.
Oh,
Nak
that was
cham.
day 3 of chef school.
Yeah, exactly. Well, day 2.5 actually, but I
Okay.
appreciate,
I
day
thought-
3 was when they teach you how to cry on the walk-in, All right, so,
Okay, stir our nak cham.
yep, just gonna give this a little stir, and then we're gonna kind of, drizzle it over
Is
a little
that
bit.
different peppers? Is this still the
No,
Fresnos?
this is very much. It's very similar. You know, it's like
Okay.
we like to take the same ingredient, use it in a few different methods, in different ways for each dish, so that get a different applications. We don't want everything to just taste like one note,
Right,
but
yeah.
we do want to make sure we're utilizing all these things properly. We're gonna go with a little bit of these peanuts that we have toasted, and just sort of run our knife through so they get a nice little bit of a chop,
Are those
a little
Virginia
crunch.
peanuts?
No.
Oh, that's what they look like.
These are much fancier than
culinary
that.
These are
Cool.
way nicer.
These are
way nicer.
Massachusetts peanuts.
All right, and then so we got the peanuts down, we got the knock chom. We're gonna hit it with a little bit of macerated shallot. So that's just
Ooh,
shallot
yeah.
that's been dressed in rice wine vinegar.
And a little more of the Fresno.
And a little more of the Fresno.
Okay.
I know, like I said, I know you're a spice head, so I want to make
Yeah.
sure we have
Yeah.
plenty of heat going around.
It's all about the presentation too, right? I mean, look at this dish already. It's not even completed. It
and
looks
some
beautiful.
mint.
Yep, a little bit of fresh mint. What the goal is to, people eat with their eyes first. We want it
Yeah.
to be pretty. We want it to make sense as
If it
well,
doesn't
though.
look good on Instagram, it's trash.
It's basically
That's what
right.
I've learned in
Yes.
2023.
Yep, and that is what everyone on Yelp will tell you.
It's true.
All right, so a little bit of fresh scallion. So the goal behind this was just to have this like bright, springy, very delicious, fresh dish.
Yeah, I think
and
you've
then
accomplished it.
A little more Fresno.
A little more Fresno. We just really like to get buck wild with the we have to talk ourselves out of layering
these?
spice on.
What are these purple guys?
These are little, I believe they're cabbage flowers. They're from Grow NWA, one of our
Grow.
Oh,
one of
nice.
our
Yeah,
little
yeah,
friends affiliates.
Do we get this?
Go for it. Do it.
We get some spice.
Oh,
Nailed
yeah.
it. Nailed it.
Boom.
That's awesome, and this is on the menu there at the Hive. You got a busy spring, summer, everything coming up, warm weather season,
Absolutely,
I'm sure.
absolutely. Yeah, nonstop. Our patio, is ready, live and ready to go. Like if you're in the downtown Bentonville area, there are so many things to look forward to.
Chef, thank you so much. Let's try this after the break. Stick around. We got a chance to try it later. Yes, that's our show, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, you can find us out there on your social media platforms or send us an email over at laterwithjasonsuel.com. But before we get out of here, we got to thank all of our amazing guests, including the one and only John Barry from the Botanical Garden of the Ozarks.
And Chef Micah from the Hive for this amazing asparagus dish.
Absolutely. And how about the Cole Birmingham Band? They sounded great. Now I cannot wait to get in and eat some of this dish.
Let's do it.
We'll see you later, alligator.
After a while, crocodile.
Yeah.
Asparagus!